Alright, this is an update, and just now, this is level 18, just finished bridging, and you can see right there, this layer here is already laid down 2 layers. The first layer, of course, would bridge across this gap, and as you can see, it did that successfully. There's nothing hanging down and no supports required. It just bridged that space like it's supposed to, like it always has. And right now it's up on, going up onto the 3rd layer of this to complete that portion of the print. And also you can plainly see there's no curling, no warping, no chance of the print leaving the bed or at all. And it seems unusual because I don't heat the bed, and many users seem to have to use the heated bed to enforce adhesion. Well, that's fine for them. It probably is needed, but not for me. And that's the way I want to print. I didn't want to have to use heat to enforce adhesion when I don't have to, because I do my printing setup the way you see right here. Okay, so basically it works, and I always use what works and continue to use what works because it works. Alright, so there you go. No brim, no wrap, no messy glue stick. There's no curling, as you can see, evidence of that. This piece was finished printing a long time ago, because you can see by the height of the remaining 2 prints. But it's doing perfect, just as it's supposed to. Alright, and again, I just want to do a tour. This is what you see. And I'm not going to say what it has, but what it doesn't have. Right here. No electronic gizmo. It's just not required, because I use a bed that doesn't warp, doesn't create instances where an electronic gizmo is even required. I wanted to be able to print in such a way that that little electronic thing is not required. Many users say that they have to use it because of what issues they run into, but if you leave your printer like this is how an ENDER 3 and an ENDER 3 Pro comes in the box. If you assemble it like it came in the box, you use the proper table. This is user preference. This has nothing to do with improving or updating, upgrading, or doing anything to the mechanics of the printer. It still prints the same. This head is the same print head that came in the box. This extruder is the same extruder that came in the box. All the things you see here that lays filament down to the bed came in the box. The springs came in the box. Everything here is what came in the box. And I found that if you assemble the printer properly with what came in the box, it kind of has to print. The only issue is what surface you decide to print on. If I could print and it turned out like this on cardboard, I would do it. That doesn't make it an upgrade. It just makes my preferences what I want it to be. This is my preference. And I do that because it is flat. It stays flat. Doesn't warp. Doesn't, do anything that causes bad leveling. And I, as I've said before, don't heat the bed. Right here. This is a non-heated bed, and it's still printing. The parts are still on the bed. No warping, no prints leaving the bed, and I don't have to worry about heating or cooling to get the prints off the bed because I don't heat it anyway. So it's almost, again, too easy. So this is how it's done. This is how I do it. And every user has their preference and whatever they want to do and the struggle they want to go through. But I printed so often that I look forward to just coming up with good G-codes to build. I don't worry about the printer. It does the work for me. Alright, and there it is. It's pushing filament out of that nozzle from that roll of filament through the extruder, down the Bowden tube, onto the bed. Just like ABC 1, 2, 3. There's nothing between here and there. There's no direct drive. Again, some people use direct drive for other reasons, but I print stuff like this all the time with no direct drive. I print stuff like this all the time with no electronic gizmo. I print on a surface like this always. And I printed way out to here. I printed small items that were right here. See, so the range is huge. I mean, I printed, like I've said, 3,500 STL files on 4 Ender 3 printers, all assembled exactly as you see this one. So it's like printing on one is like printing on them all, because they're identical. If I was forced to make all the changes that other users have to do or seem to do, I would have to change all the machines. So in this case, leaving it like it is, out of the box, makes troubleshooting way easier. Okay? Other means that people add with shrouds, you know, fan shrouds, electronic gizmos, direct drive, that may all be great for them. It may all work every single time. But this works every single time for me. It always has. And I would say it always will. If anything goes wrong, it's easy to troubleshoot, and most likely it was my fault. It was never due to the printer itself, as you see it right here. Alright? So it's just simple. 1, 2, 3, ABC. Don't complicate the printing process with all the stuff. I mean, it might be cool looking, it might be, okay, hey, this is my printer, wow. But all that stuff doesn't seem to really improve on the print. This is the print as you see it. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. There's no stringing, there's no ridge lines or anything like that. Nothing to mess up the print at all. Anyway, there it is, how it works. ABC 1, 2, 3. Proof is in the doing. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. And it looks to me like there's probably some time left. This is probably going to be, it says, remaining about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half left. So, no issues. I'll just get ready for the next print, because I'm going to print 3 of these, 3 of what you see here, one after another, because I have to have a total of 4 of these. I already have one printed in exactly the same way. This is one of what I'm printing. I'm going to do 4 of these. Okay. Again, I've had a good start on it. I've got all these printed already. I'm doing, one of these right now. Got to do 2 more. I've got to do 3 of these, and I've got to do 3 of the ass end here. Alright, so it's coming right along. No complaints. Ever.